I'm not doing any opening today. Also, I forgot to turn my fan curve onto the streaming one because otherwise it's going to... Because that's what it does when you're streaming. Okay. Let's load game. What? What? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Why did it not save? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It didn't save? Are you having a laugh? Really? Really? You're gonna have a laugh like that? Oh no. I'm definitely bringing up a walkthrough then. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It didn't save the progress. Why is there nothing here? Where was I? Oh no, you fucking... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You having a laugh? Seriously? Alright. Definitely doing a walkthrough then, because... No, fuck off. It didn't save. At strike, what, 2 or 3 on this game for pissing me off? Oh, God. Alright. And Drew's walkthrough. Alright. This over here. At least then I can see chat, I guess. Oh, God, yeah, because he hasn't gone into hospital yet, has he? Alright, we know where the final shard piece is. Fuck off. Excuse me? There's a pottery piece. And... Oh, that's one thing I want to do, because someone apparently has, copyrighted the bird noises in Nancy Drew, even though their copyright is from, like, 2011, which is years after this game was released. My fucking appeal was rejected.
Dear Dad, greetings from the new deputy curator at Beecham Museum in Washington, D.C. I miss you, by the way. How's Africa? I sure hope this letter reaches you in Ouagadougou before you move on to Nairobi.
Oh, cancel. Continue. That is sound effects. Okay, I'm going to turn off so we can have...
From the new deputy curator at Beecham Museum in Washington, D.C. I miss you, by...
Alright. No, it is sound effects. So we can have...
Dear Dad, greetings
fucking
from
music.
the new deputy curator at Beecham Museum in Washington, D.C. I miss you, by the way.
Alright, let's see if this works. Does it come under voice then?
Dear Dad, greetings from the new deputy curator at Beecham.
Apparently it does. Apparently it does, so I'm gonna have to talk over that bit. Because it's all bullshit. So it doesn't matter what the fuck I do
Dear
then.
Dad, greetings from the new deputy curator at Beecham Museum in Washington, D.C. I miss you, by the way. How's Africa? I sure hope this letter reaches you in Ouagadougou before you move on to...
Continue. Excuse me? Laboratory. Oh,
There,
he's still
now
here at
I
the
can
moment.
start putting this together.
Yeah, we can start putting it together all over again. Woo! Because the fucking save file fucked up. Woohoo! Yay!
That's done.
Um...
I haven't finished that task.
Have I not done that yet? Okay. Oh, we done that. Hopefully I remember what the fuck I need to do. Oh, what I remember. We're going to do that thing I found out while going to the Her Interactive fucking forums.
Topeka Commission for the Arts. That's the organization Prudence Rutherford works for.
Apparently that's one thing I missed. That's so needed, apparently. And there's another thing in this. Can I not look at the paragraph? Pretty sure I could look at the paragraph. Okay, maybe I can't, maybe I already looked at that. It's very possible. Alright, now we gotta do this crap again. Oh. Continue. So the eye needs to go up here. This one needs to go here. Some kind of head thing needs to go up here. Another head thing needs to go up there. Guessing it's this one. This one needs to go up here. I have no idea which ones these are meant to go in, so we're going to try that. If it don't work, He goes here. Goes here. Goes here. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one is fine. This one needs to go here. That one's fine. That one's fine.
That looks right.
There we go. I know it's cheaty, but I've already done the puzzle before, and I think I'm allowed a break on that part. Let's go and check this off. Excuse me. I've done that. Thank you. I think it was up here. There it is. Now we can go to the consulate, talk to the very rude desk person.
How may I help you?
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew, the new deputy
I
curator
wish you could
over at Beach Hill.
skip.
So, you're Joanna Riggs' newest pirate in training. How does it feel to join the ranks with the modern-day conquistadors?
I beg your pardon, but how does a deputy curator
Stop
become a
trying to be
pirate in
fucking
your book?
funny because
You
you're
had
not,
better
dude.
brush up on your history, young lady. When the Spanish explorers invaded Mexico, they became known as the conquistadors, or conquerors. They robbed the indigenous peoples of their wealth, not just their gold, but their artwork, their sacred objects. Anything they did not steal, they burned to the ground.
Alejandro, I understand that many crimes were committed in the name of exploration, but that was hundreds of years ago. What does this have to do with Beach Hill?
There is more. In the 19th century, archaeologists discovered the ruins of ancient
Oh
civilizations
god, I'm gonna
predating
go
even the
through this
Aztecs.
again.
Many of the dig sites were robbed,
Oh
and the
dear.
stolen artifacts were sold off to art museums and collectors around the world. Today, finally, it is illegal among most civilized nations to remove an artifact from its native country. But sadly, there are thousands of precious antiquities with highly questionable provenance floating around the Western world.
But Joanna only wants to display this artwork, to celebrate it, so the public will be able to enjoy it and learn about your people's great talents and achievements.
If the American public wants to see our art, they should come to Mexico.
What do you mean by questionable provenance?
An artifact's provenance is the story of its origin and
Oh
ownership.
god, we've heard all
For
this.
example, how it made its way from a temple at Chichen Itza to a museum in Washington, D.C. If the artifact's provenance reveals that it has been stolen, then that artifact must be returned to the country of its origin.
So the problem has been remedied, hasn't it?
No, not at all. Provenance documents are often tampered with or forged to cover up the theft. Because of this, thefts continue and a great deal of art is moved on the black market, even today. Unethical art dealers and greedy museum curators do nothing to stop this.
Are you suggesting Beach Hill is involved in these kinds of misdealings?
If Joanna Riggs or that overstuffed pillowhead Sinclair had any decency, they would take measures to see that all Maya artifacts were returned to Mexico at once where they belong.
And
I get-
what if these measures are not taken?
My country will have its due, Nancy, even if I have to begin reclaiming its artifacts with my own two hands.
I see. Well, I should probably get going. Here are the changes to the loan agreement for the monolith. I just need your signature, please.
Go on, sign
Thank
it.
you. I have some business with Joanna at the museum later, so I will return the contract to her then, after I have looked it over.
Are you sure? I don't mind waiting.
You may consider your mission accomplished.
Well, okay then.
Goodbye.
Yeah, bye, Dick. Alright, time to lop this off the list. We can't go and do the, God. The turning round in this. All done. Alright, now what do I... Okay, let's...
You have no voicemail.
Ah, I have no voicemail, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Oh, Heinrich is gone. Well, hello, Joanna.
Beach Hill's been hit. Sit tight, Nancy. The police are on their way.
Awooga. Alright.
I should talk to Joanna before I touch anything.
Of course.
Someone has cooked up my worst nightmare and served it to me on a plate.
I'm sorry about the theft, Joanna. It must be a terrible loss for the museum.
That's the understatement of the year.
Did the police find any clues around the display case?
The police took some samples for the crime lab, but they couldn't promise any overnight results. So if you want to put your little magnifying glass up to the scene, it's fine with me.
Great. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Go to it.
Alright. Now we need to go and analyze what is on the hand. No.
I shouldn't be messing around with this without permission.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, no, I can't even skip backwards. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, beggar off.
You have voicemail. Press 0.
Nancy, hi. It's Franklin Rose. I'm calling because it's just... This theft is very bad news for the museum. You can't imagine the limb we went out on to acquire that Pakal carving. It's been one of the museum's main attractions. I don't want to take you away from your internship, but if you can do a little investigating, well, I think I speak for the whole board when I say we'd be very grateful. Give me a call when you have a chance. And Nancy, thanks.
To replay messages, press 0.
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose, how may I direct your call? This is Nancy Drew, calling for Franklin Rose, please. Just a minute, please.
Nancy, hello. Do you have any news?
Not really, but something tells me this case is going to get complicated.
Oh, Nancy, you zero in on a case like a heat-seeking missile, don't you? I feel so much better knowing you're going to follow up on every lead. I'll help in any way I can.
Thanks, Mr. Rose.
That's what I'm here for.
Alright. Oh, piss off. Oh my god, I just want to fucking turn round.
Need something?
Have you seen Henrik? I found a piece of paper inside the Pakal display case. It had some glyphs on it and a print of a red hand. I'm hoping he can give me a translation.
What am I, fish food? Henrik's not the only one around here who can read a glyph, you know.
Sorry, Joanna. I thought I was supposed to go to Henrik with all my glyph questions.
The police showed me the note. It said, "The magician suffers yellow death," whatever that means. Apparently, the thief just couldn't come up with the glyphs for "the curator suffers flaming purple disgrace."
I'm curious about the red handprint the thief left. Does it have any significance in Maya culture?
Afraid I can't help you
nice
there.
app.
What I
Hey,
want to know
Star.
is what the hand
How's
was
you
printed with.
doing?
It's obviously not finger paint. Why don't you do a little analysis on it in the lab?
If you're seeing a bit of deja vu, you are, because apparently the save I made last night did not stick. So I'm having to go through bits all over again, which is
I haven't seen Henrik since
fan
the theft.
dabby
Where
doozy.
do you think he could be?
Who knows?
So yeah, I'm a little bit more pissed off by this game. Oh, fuck off. I can't see the game? Oh, you fucking kidding me, game? There we go. Sorry about that. The must have unhooked. Well, that's a bit I can cut out for the archiving. I guess it's because I had the walk. Because since I've already done most of this, I thought me using a walkthrough, I think is rather just. Oh, go through that door, you stupid bitch. I'm just wanting to get this game done with now. I'm kind of done with
Okay,
it.
I've got a graph of the chemical used for the handprint. Now I've got to match it up with a known substance. That's it.
Turn that off. But thank you for letting me know, because otherwise the stream would have been completely blank. Oh. But what you play? I know you said you was going to do a stream tonight of some
According
sort.
to this chart, HG stands for mercury. S stands so the handprint was made from mercury and sulfur.
What are you planning on streaming tonight? I saw a tweet about that. Here we go. 555-6766.
You have no...
Do I have to do the 202?
Keep it real. Max speaking.
Hi, do you sell a compound of mercury and sulfur?
Yeah, I'm
Sure,
going to continue.
sulfide?
Ah,
Oh, we
okay.
sure do. How much do you need? First things first. What
To
account is this
get the
for?
hang of streaming. I'll do something. Ooh, what are you thinking of doing next, possibly?
Actually, I didn't call to place an order. I just need some information on Beach Hill's ordering history.
Well, hello there, Beach Hill. Hey, you're not Sunny June. Whatever happened to that guy? I suppose he caught a ride on a flying saucer, huh? What a riot. I'm sorry. Anyway, you don't need to reorder, do you? Unless you ate last week's shipment for breakfast, that is.
You're sure it was last week?
Oh, that's what it says here.
Do you know who placed that order?
The initials on the order are JR.
Joanna Riggs.
Was the package shipped to the museum?
Ah, I've
Oh.
seen that game.
Oops, I guess we didn't ship it at all.
Because I
It
think
looks like the package was picked up here at the warehouse.
I think
Can you remember
Specs
anything about
streamed
the
it a
person
few
who picked up
times.
the package?
I sure can't. Guess I must have been at lunch or something.
Well, thanks for your help.
Sure thing. I hope there wasn't any problem with the stuff, was there? We only used the top-grade mercuric sulfide.
Judging by the impression it left, I'd have to agree that the quality was fine.
Well, you sound a little green in the chemicals department, if you don't mind my saying so. I hope you know that mercuric sulfide is highly toxic. Makes you crazy.
Well,
Toxic?
duh, it's mercury
looks like I've
and
got another call
sulfur.
coming in
It's
here.
gonna be
You give us a
toxic.
call in about 4
Nancy,
months
you...
or so when you start to run out, okie doke?
Ugh.
And don't forget to keep it real.
Alright. Oh. So Heinrich's gone on walkabouts for a bit.
Need something?
I did the chemical analysis you suggested. That red hand was printed with a compound containing mercury and sulfur. Does that mean anything to you?
Sure, cinnabar. The Maya would rub it into their most important carvings to add definition to the artist's lines.
Where
And
would
then
a
they would
person
get
a
sick
supply of
because it's
cinnabar?
We use
nasty
cinnabar
stuff.
here at the museum the same way the Maya did, to keep things as authentic as possible. Henrik orders those kinds of supplies, but we've been out of stock for quite a while. The last I heard, there was some kind of holdup with the distributor.
Do you think Alejandro would go to extreme measures, like stealing, to reclaim Mexico's artifacts?
Who knows?
I've got work to do.
Bye!
we got the hand. We've done the analyzing of the hand. We've done looking at the periodic table. We've talked to Mac about the things. Now we gotta leave. Now we gotta find Heinrich. And I gotta talk over the birds all singing because apparently some twat has basically done a copyright for the thing on the Twitch, which means I'm going to get the thing muted, and it did 6 minutes of muting, and now I don't have to sing anymore.
Henrik! Henrik!
Oh, no.
Amnesia? Wow. Henrik must have taken a real nosedive off that pyramid.
Do you think he just fell, Nancy?
Or was he pushed?
Sounds like you need to find out about hospital visiting hours.
Yeah, but you'd better get the lowdown from Joanna first.
George is right. She is your supervisor, after all.
We've done the calling for the shipment. I think we've done as many temple puzzles as we can. We can't do the rest. Because we don't know the thing yet. Oh, piss. Wish they wouldn't make you have to get the keys for that.
First, the Pakal carving is stolen, and now my star glyph man bumps his head and forgets his own name? What's next, Nancy? Del Rio pulls the plug on the monolith? The board clams up on my funding, my mother posts my old prom pictures on the internet.
Take it
Oh,
easy,
they can't be
Joanna.
that
I'm
bad.
Sure everything is going to be okay.
What I need from you right now is action, not commentary, Nancy. Will you follow up with the hospital and see if there's anything we can do to get Henrik's marbles back?
I'll call right away.
You can also pick up Henrik's mail if he gets any. Keep the lab in order and just try to help me keep the entire museum from going up in smoke.
I've got
I think-
work to do.
I think
Carpe diem.
you've been doing that yourself. If I remember rightly, Carpe Diem is seize the day. I think if I remember rightly.
You have voicemail.
Alright.
0 to retrieve message.
This message is for Nancy Drew. Hi, Nancy. This is Nurse Bluefoot calling from Eleanor Roosevelt Memorial
4,000.
Hospital in regards to Henrik Vanderheun. I believe
Vanderheun.
you're a colleague of his. Since Mr. Vanderheun was admitted, he has repeated your name several times in states of semi-consciousness. As we've been unable to contact any of his family members, we're hoping you might be willing to act as Henrik's support person as he begins the difficult process of restoring his memory. Please call me as soon as possible to discuss this. My direct line is 202-555-4000.
Oh my god. I gotta go through all this crap again. No! Just take me to an outside line. 555 4000.
This is Nurse Bluefoot.
Nurse Bluefoot, this is Nancy Drew. You left me a message regarding Henrik Vanderheun.
Heinrich.
Who is he?
I still call him
Nancy Drew.
Heinrich.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I'm so relieved. We've been unable to locate any family members, and we do like amnesia patients to have at least one personal support person when they begin reality orientation.
Reality. Virtual reality
What's
troopers.
reality
But
orientation?
that's dating me a little bit.
Reality orientation is a kind of treatment that helps a patient get reacquainted with the facts and circumstances of his or her life. Henrik has not actually lost his memory. It's just that his brain is injured in such a way that he can't access the place where the memories are stored.
I see. So we need to help him find the trail of crumbs. Is that it?
Exactly. First, we do repetitive memory exercises to help Henrik relearn the basic facts like his name and address, the name of his parakeet, if he has one, the date, and so on. Second, we try to stimulate Henrik's sensory memories in order to help trigger or find the way back to his cognitive memories.
My god, this guy's voice acting is a little bit Kirk-like.
What are sensory memories?
A sensory memory is like it sounds, something that is familiar, that you recognize by sight or touch, smell or sound or... Oh, what is that last one? Oh yes, taste. A cognitive memory is something that you know or remember intellectually. For example, how do you know the name of this planet? Somewhere along the way, you learn that it's called Earth, and you just remember. But say you bump
Yeah,
your head and
basically
forget the
his
name of
memory
this
is just
planet.
scrambled.
You don't know where in the solar system you're floating.
That would be most unfortunate.
Exactly. But then I show you a picture of our marvelous blue and green globe.
Well, at
Suddenly
least
you
this voice
remember
actor's a little bit
that
more
glorious
enthusiastic
sight is
about his
Earth.
role.
I live on the planet Earth. This is how a sensory memory can trigger a cognitive or intellectual one.
I still don't understand where I come in.
You can't help Henrik remember his childhood, but you can probably help him remember his work. And who knows where that will take him. All roads lead to Rome, as they say. One great tool is
Well,
the
not
Reality
anymore.
Orientation Board. This is a place to post information and pictures for the patient to look at over a period of time. You may want to bring in images or photos to place on the board. Things from the museum, perhaps.
I see. Well, I'll be happy to help in any way I can. When are visiting hours?
Visiting hours are 10 to 4 every day, if the patient is not engaged in treatment and if he seems stable.
Great. Is there anything else?
Just remember, Henrik's brain has been knocked around like a peanut in its shell. He may have attention difficulties.
So
headaches,
you're saying his peanut has
anxiety.
been,
Sometimes he may seem giddy,
kind
too.
of bashed about.
We need to keep these conditions in
That's the
check.
reason Henrik made
Don't push him too
or
hard,
Heinrich.
or
I actually
he
said his
may
name
have
correctly
some
for a
kind of
change.
meltdown.
Thanks for the warning, Nurse Bluefoot.
Be well.
Be well. Alright, while I think about it. So we done Nurse Bluefoot. Alright, now we gotta go to the hospital. I keep spinning round the wrong way. Oh, Heinrich.
You look familiar. Is it time for my snack?
Hi, Henrik. I'm Nancy. We met at Beach
I
Hill
think he's
before you
very
got
excited
injured.
about a
Beach Hill?
snack.
Beach Hill is a museum here in Washington, D.C. The curator's name is Joanna Riggs. You were working there, and that's where your accident happened. Do you remember anything about the accident?
Joanna Riggs. Is that the woman who called to pick my brain for an access code?
Joanna called? What did you tell her?
Where in my poor banged-up head would I be keeping access codes? I don't even remember my own birthday. So
Aw,
if you're
poor
here
dude,
to
he can't
squeeze
remember
me
his
for
own
details,
birthday.
You're wasting your time.
Actually, Nurse Bluefoot thinks with regular visits, I may be able to help you get your memory back more quickly.
How, pray tell, do you intend to do that?
I'll visit, we'll talk. Sometimes I'll bring you pictures.
Pictures? Well, isn't this nice?
Come on, Henrik. You'll feel much better once things start coming back to you. I've got a picture with me if you'd like to give it a try.
Fine, I'll do it.
Fine, and you're trying to help me.
Great. These are Maya glyphs, like the ones you used to translate. Now, don't be upset if you don't know how to read them anymore. I can tell you what they mean.
I know what they mean, dear. I wrote them.
I'm sure you have written them at one time or another in your career. So, what do you think this is all about? The magician suffers yellow death.
Your translator is sloppy. I should know. I am the author of the original work.
The author? What are you talking about?
That first glyph is the fool, not the magician. Furthermore, any decent epigrapher knows those glyphs refer to the infamous plague of oozing hives. A fitting
Ooh,
curse for a
oozing
fool, don't you think?
hives.
I rather like it.
Sounds like really bad
Henrik, this
zits.
note was found at a crime scene.
I don't think anybody wants to go back to having zits.
I don't remember.
I'm investigating the theft of the Pakal carving. Please, Henrik, try to remember something.
Who in the world is Pakal? Oh, my head. Oh, the pressure. I can't take any more today, Nancy.
Okay, it's time for some memory therapy. Nancy, could you come back tomorrow?
Alright. Oh. So now it's off to Sinclair's office.
It's a fiasco, just as I feared. Oh, I'm sick about the whole thing.
Yes.
Maybe you
your
should be less
fears
creepy.
seem to
See,
have been
that's
quite
the creepy
visionary.
face.
I was in the museum when it happened.
Do you think it's the same person who carried out those other thefts?
That awful red hand was left on Prudence Rutherford's jewelry box in Topeka, and on the display case in the museum in New Mexico. What's the chance they're not connected?
Do you know Prudence Rutherford personally?
Oh, we saw each other at functions now and then. Poor Prudence. She adored that necklace.
What's the name of the museum in New Mexico?
The Chaco Canyon Cultural Center. They had a beautiful collection up there, worth a bundle, too. I appraised some pieces for them a few years back.
Why do you think the thief is leaving this red handprint?
To be a gruesome scoundrel?
Joanna says you performed an act of wizardry in helping Beach Hill acquire the Pakal carving.
Getting those provenance docs together was a pig and a half. Oh, they're
Pig and a
on the up
half?
and up, I assure you. But
That
to
sounds
have
like
been at
a
the
that
height
sounds
of
like a
my
lot of pork
career back
ribs.
before the crackdown. Those were the days.
A pig and a half?
Maybe sometime I'll tell you a sad story I call How Mexico Lost Its Sense of Humor. Not today, though, Nancy.
Alejandro says you're unethical, a modern-day conquistador, that you're robbing Mexico of its cultural history.
And I say Alejandro is the real bully of the playground. A lunch money extortionist who loves nothing more than to see the other boys and girls go hungry.
Well, it's not exactly you're going hungry.
When you
It's
sell a
just
piece of art,
he wants to
what kind of
keep his
commission do
national
you get?
treasures in
Standard
the country of
10%.
its origin.
It's no king's ransom, unless of course you sell something for $1 million. Too bad I'm not allowed to put that monolith on the market, huh?
I need a photo of the Pakal carving. Do you have one?
Joanna took the official print for her insurance claim, but I have a couple extras. Here you go.
Ah, looks like I had a visitor for a while. I have to go over to that. 'Cause we had a visitor, it seems.
Keep up the good work.
I was kind of scared. It was like when I heard the voice, it's like, what? Why is someone else here? I was like, oh. When I saw the face, it's like, oh, okay. Let me just thingy bob bob ding. Check something quick. I'll just be a moment, folks. Just a moment. Ah, for God's sake. Ah! Is it only giving me yesterday's? Oh my god. Fuck you. Oh. Buff is just started to stram. If I didn't have to do this, I would be over there. But I gotta do this. God damn it. Okay. Let's get back to the game. So apparently I can go back to Heinrich at some point. Let's go and sleep first. Go for 11 a.m. Oh, balls and crackers. Let's go back to the hospital. Let's get in to remember a little bit more.
Well, look who it is.
Ready to do some memory work, Henrik? I brought you a picture. This will help you to remember.
That face. He's as familiar as my own feet.
Do you know his name?
Pakal! Nancy, this is the stolen carving, isn't it? And I'm the one who took it. I must have. But why? Oh, Pakal! What could I have meant by this?
If you're remembering correctly, this is a serious crime, Henrik. You've got to tell me why you did it.
I can't remember.
Easy, Henrik. The answers are in your head. You just need to find them.
It's still in the museum.
Why would you break into the display case and steal the carving only to leave it in the museum?
To protect him. I had to protect him. Oh, Pakal! Something is going on at that museum, a devious plot. I was the only one who could stand in the way.
What kind of plot?
Forgive me, Nancy, but when I woke up in this hospital bed, I didn't even know my own name. Perhaps the only thing I can offer you is this key. It was found in one of my pockets when I was brought in.
Do you know what lock it belongs to?
I haven't a clue. Take the key now, Nancy. Find out what it opens and return to me, please, with some answers.
You can count on me, Henrik.
In the meantime, I'll sit with my friend Pakal and see if he will tell me anything new. You must keep this to yourself for now. It's your only hope of getting to the bottom of this.
Henrik, I need to know where you put the Pakal carving.
Who knows?
Do you know anything about the theft of Prudence Rutherford's necklace?
I can't remember.
Did you use Joanna's name last week to place an order for Cinnabar with Keep It Real Restoration?
You're asking the wrong amnesiac.
You wouldn't try to frame her, would you?
Who knows?
You rest up. I'll be back.
Be careful.
Alright, I think we got about as much information we can out of him. Why? Oh my god. Bloody things. Huh, I guess I can't publish that yet? Okay, I can't go back and look at that to find out a puzzle thing. Okay. Go back to channel. Okay, alright. So we just talked to him again. We got a voicemail back at the lab, apparently. Oh my god, those keys. I wish there were sometimes I wish I could just zip behind me. Let's deal with this first.
Looks like I need to find someone who speaks Nahuatl.
I got a feeling that's probably gonna be the consulate guy. Take his floppy disk. That seems to be everything I can take. Alright, fucking...
You have no voicemail. Press
I think we want to call Franklin.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose, how may I direct your call? This is Nancy Drew, calling for Franklin Rose, please. Just a minute, please.
Nancy, to what do I owe the pleasure of this call?
I need to contact a woman named...
Oh my god, now we
I
can
noticed she's on the
contact
board of
her.
the Topeka Commission for the Arts, and that they've donated money to Beach Hill. Any idea how I might track her down?
Well, you're in luck. It so happens that Prudence and I sat on the panel of judges for the Kansas Speak No Evil Mime competition for 3 years in a row. Back when I lived in Wichita. How's that for a small world?
You judged a mime competition?
Indeed I did. I haven't talked to Prudence in about 10 years. But let's see if I still have her in this old dinosaur of a Rolodex.
Now we can finally
Yes,
talk
here
to
we
her.
go. Got a pen? It's area code 785-555-7279. What's this all about?
I think Ms. Rutherford had a run-in with a red-handed thief, much like the one who took the Bacall carving.
Ha! You're a real pro, Nancy. Say, why don't I call ahead and let Prudence know what's going on? That way I can say hello, and she'll be expecting you.
That'd be great. So now we can actually talk to... See, that would have helped so much. Now what do we need to do? Oh, read the note from Joanna? Oh dear, I'm getting too used to letting me just, you know, quick turn. Joanna left a note? No, she hasn't. I guess we can go and talk to...
Come in. Need something?
I need to know the Nahuatl word for snake. Any ideas?
Afraid I can't help you there.
I've got work to do.
Semper ubi sub ubi.
I'm not even going to try and attempt to re-say that. Let's go and give Prudence a call. I guess I should do his zip disk first. That stone, we figured that out yesterday. Ding ding. Oh. Won't let us look at that yet. I guess it's not time. Uh, 5551441.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose, how may I direct your call? This is Nancy Drew, calling for Franklin Rose, please. Just a minute, please.
Nancy, to what do I owe the pleasure of this call?
Oops, false alarm. I'll call you later.
Not a problem, dear.
Alright, let's wait a day. Oh no, we can go to the consulate first.
Hello, Nancy.
Why did Mexico choose to lend the monolith to Beach Hill and not some other museum?
Johanna Riggs outbid everyone. I had no idea a small museum like Beach Hill could afford such an expensive arrangement.
Do you know much about Maya glyphs?
You've got me there. I know Spanish, English, Portuguese, and several indigenous languages, including Quiche and Nahuatl, but I have yet to learn the language of glyphs.
Have you heard? The Bacal carving was stolen from the museum.
Well, I heard the alarms going off, but it wasn't until Henry called me that I heard the news.
You don't sound very concerned about all of this.
I was running late. I just figured somebody tripped a wire and I kept going.
I'll need to alert the police so they can ask you some questions.
I have diplomatic immunity, so I do not have to answer any questions. But I will, because I have nothing to hide.
Don't you care about the disappearance of such a rare Maya artifact?
That artifact was lost to me as soon as it left
Oh
Mexican
my
soil.
god.
So my friend Pacal goes underground for a while until he is sold again. Suddenly, he turns up in Amsterdam or Hong Kong. Unless he is rightfully repatriated to Mexico, what's the difference?
I need to know the Nahuatl word for snake. Can you help me?
What do you need that word for?
I'd rather not say. It's part of my investigation.
Now, if only I could remember the word for snake. I hear you have been a great help to Henrik. I wonder if you can help me improve my memory too.
What are you talking about, Alejandro?
I am almost certain that the provenance documents for the Bacal carving were falsified. I have asked Joanna to see the documents, but she evades me. If you can find that file in her office and bring it to me, I think it might help my memory of Nahuatl a lot.
What makes you think they were falsified?
In Mexico, it is common knowledge that the carving was stolen from Pacal's tomb when it was first excavated. But no one has been able to prove it. If I can determine that the provenance documents are a fraud, this will be the first major step toward legal repatriation of the artwork, whenever and wherever it resurfaces.
I guess I hadn't thought about it like that.
I feel my Nahuatl coming back to me already. Do you know what Sihuapili means? Princess or lady. Now, if only I
could remember to say that for M.
Have you heard? Henrik Vanderheun fell off the pyramid at the museum. He's in the hospital with a mysterious head injury.
That is terrible news. I hope it's not too serious.
Do you consider Henrik a conquistador, along with Joanna Riggs and Sinclair?
Henrik is a student of my culture and my heritage. I'm not trying to buy and sell it. We don't agree on everything, especially not baseball, but I have nothing against him.
Do you know what cinnabar is?
The red powder that the Maya used? Sure, I know it. They use it at Beach Hill too, do they not?
Cinnabar was used to make the red handprint that was left at the scene of the Bacal theft.
What is your point?
I think Joanna may have been less than truthful with me.
Have you called the police?
I don't want to jump to conclusions.
Of course. Sister Joanna couldn't possibly be a thief now, could she?
I should get back to the museum.
Adios, Nancy.
So what have I got to get for Alejandro again? Oh, I need the provenance documents. That's what it is. I wonder if I can go and visit him in the hospital. I wonder if that piece of paper will help. We'll leave that there. Now I got a feeling there's going to be a note. Yeah, now there's a note. Go away, keys.
You have voicemail. Press.
Oh, piss.
You have.
Nancy, it's Joanna. The police are done giving me the 3rd degree, but now the board has suspended me. To make a long story short, I'm forbidden to set foot in the museum. Could you please call Franklin Rose and try to reason with him? If we don't get a move on, this exhibit is going straight down the tubes.
To replay messages, press 0.
Alright. At least we can get the bits out of her office. I don't know what that's about. You've already seen that. Alright. Let's go to the consulate first.
Hello, Nancy. You have a special delivery for me, I hope?
Here's your file, as requested.
Good work, my friend. I suppose you would like something in return?
A deal's a deal.
The Nahuatl word for snake is coatl. C-O-A-T-L.
Muchas gracias. Gotta go.
Adios, Nancy.
Let's go to the hotel. I can go and see Heinrich in the morning. What? Now we should be able to... Let's call Franklin first.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose, how may I direct your call? This is Nancy Drew, calling for Franklin Rose, please. Just a minute, please.
Nancy, you must be psychic. I was just getting ready to call you myself.
Oh, really? Why?
I feel I should apologize for the situation that's going on at the museum, dear. I really did think we were setting you up with a nice little internship, a breather from your casework, but instead it looks like we've fed you to the lions.
Well, in all my travels, I still haven't found a mystery-free zone, Mr. Rose.
Speaking of travel, I got a postcard from your father in Ouagadougou. Apparently, Burkina Faso has become the cultural darling of West Africa. He must be having quite an adventure.
Like father, like daughter. Anyway, Mr. Rose, I'm calling about Joanna.
I think I know what you're going to say, Nancy. Let me be frank. Joanna Riggs has been in the doghouse with the board for months. Her thirst for acclaim has led her to gamble the future and the reputation of Beach Hill time and again. Now that we've lost the Pakal carving, one of our most notable pieces, well, she's just got to be stopped.
Don't you believe she's genuinely concerned about the welfare of the museum?
Good intentions are no substitute for integrity and sound judgment, Nancy. Look, I've got a client waiting, Nancy. What we need now is for you to take up the slack. I've spoken to the rest of the board, and we've agreed that the best thing is to put you in charge.
But, Mr. Rose, I don't think Joanna is responsible for the Pakal theft. She shouldn't be punished.
She's not being punished, dear. In legal terms, we're suspending her in abundance of caution, so she won't do any more damage to Beach Hill's reputation or her own. We're counting on you to catch this thief red-handed. Ha ha.
Nice.
Hey, Warrior. How's you doing today?
Ms. Riggs another chance. That seems fair, doesn't it?
It's a deal, Mr. Rose.
Bye, kiddo.
And as you can see, we are basically in deja vu. And hopefully I don't have another visitor while I'm streaming. That would be grand. But yeah, we're going through deja vu because the game did not save. The save files are not there. So I've been having to go through all the shit I redone already. And that's fucking amazing. Oh. I'm okay, except for having to redo parts that I've done already. But I'm glad you're doing well today.
Yes, hello?
Hi, this is Nancy Drew, calling from Washington, D.C. I'm trying to reach Prudence Rutherford, please.
Oh, yes, Franklin told me you'd be calling. Such dreadful news about Beach Hill.
Oh, how
Everything
dreadful.
in my power to help you catch those rapscallions.
Rapscallions.
How they violated the sanctity of my domicile. Good heavens.
Oh my, I'm going to lay down with a cup of tea and a scone.
I'm sorry to hear about your loss. What can you tell me about the necklace?
I can't even think about it. Oh, just the very thought of my precious necklace gone, stranded, orphaned, and in the hands of some dirty stranger makes my blood boil.
Where did you purchase the necklace?
Good heavens, one does not purchase such a piece.
Yeah.
I inherited it from my mother-in-law.
Of course you did.
The necklace means much more to me than just a handful of priceless rubies.
More? In what way?
I had the necklace restrung to include an exquisite jade carving as the centerpiece. A genuine artifact of the ancient Maya. The carving is not only one of a kind, but a Rutherford family heirloom given to me by my great-grandfather when I was just a little girl.
What does the jade piece look like?
It features a rare glyph. No one's been able to give me a precise
So
translation,
it's been stolen,
but
more than
most
likely.
epigraphers have agreed that it has something to do with a snake, the color green, and the direction south. It's terribly fascinating.
About the theft, where were you when it took place?
At 3 a.m.? Well, I was home, of course. Lost in sweet slumber. I don't grace the social
this
circuit
woman.
the way I used to.
Oof.
That brazen fiend crept right into the bedroom and took my necklace away. Where was I? Picking peaches in the fruit-laden orchards of my dreams. I feel like such a fool.
I think you have a thing for butts because you're dreaming about
Was
peaches.
anything else taken besides the necklace?
Nothing. Not even my brand new Dada. Synesthetic, interactive, organic journey. Ha! I always knew Dada was overrated.
Oh my god, I can't believe that's an actual art thing.
Off the sofa, you nasty beast! Now! What are you doing? What did I say about the sofa? Bad, bad, naughty bad! I'm sorry, dear. What was I saying?
About the theft.
Oh, yes. Oh, they must have known. The rest of my valuables were left untouched. Frankly, I don't know whether to be grateful or insulted.
What about evidence?
The first thing I saw when I opened my eyes was this positively ghoulish red handprint on the wall. I nearly jumped out of my skin.
A red handprint was left at the scene of the crime at Beach Hill, too. Ms. Rutherford, I'm almost certain that these robberies were committed by the same person.
But
Oh,
why?
duh.
What is so special about these carvings?
I
Ms.
don't
Rutherford, I'd like
know.
you to meet
Jade
Miss
is
Silver
valuable,
Fiddler,
I
Henry
guess.
Vanderheun. Is there any chance you could fly out to Washington for a couple of days?
I'm afraid that's out of the question. The annual Corn Growers Ball is just 3 weeks away, and I'm the head of the steering committee. Besides, this whole thing has left me so out of sorts. I'm in no condition to travel.
But, Miss Rutherford, surely someone else can step in for you. After all, this case is more important than a barn dance, isn't it?
For your information, the Corn Growers Ball is the largest
Corn
beer
Growers
event of the
Ball.
year in Topeka. Oh, I told Franklin I didn't want to speak to anyone, but he assured me you weren't the pushy type. I never should have agreed to this. Goodbye.
Well, fuck you too, then, old lady. Alright. Can I talk to her again? Oh, what the... No. Do I have to talk to her again? One, 2, 3, 7, 2, 7, 9. Am I going to get the answer machine thing?
Rutherford Estate, Prudence speaking.
Miss Rutherford, it's Nancy Drew again. I'm sorry for what I said before. I didn't mean to insult you, but I've got to find out more about the carving you lost if I'm going to have any hope of recovering your necklace.
As I said, this robbery was a trauma for me, and I do not wish to get deeply involved in the investigation. However, the insurance company made this dreadful replica of the necklace with the idea that I would wear such a thing to public functions. Please. But I could say
Oh, please, I don't want a replica.
Oh, that would be wonderful. How soon could you have it here?
You'll have it tomorrow or the next day. My secretary will have the address of the museum. Now, if that is all you require, young lady, I will need to attend to other pressing matters.
Thanks a million, Miss Rutherford. I won't
Yes,
let you down.
We won't.
Prudence.
Oh, God.
And Nancy, when you find the villains who did this to me, do me a favor and give them a sound thrashing.
You're coming through loud and clear. Bye.
Oh, thank God we never have to talk to her again. Oh, dear Lord, thank you. Alright. What's the time? We might be able to go and see Heinrich.
Nancy, you have brought me back to my work.
You recognize the riddle, then?
I've been working like a fiend. Look at the board.
A fiend?
This has something to do with the plot at the museum, Nancy. I'm sure of it.
Who is this whisperer of silent secrets?
The Whisperer came from a distinguished line of royal scribes. I can't seem to remember her name, but I do recall that she wrote an account of Maya history that greatly angered Pakal because of the way it depicted his ascent to the throne.
What did the scribes say? That Pakal had bad fashion?
From the age of 12, when he came to the throne, Pakal claimed to be divinely appointed the first true authentic king of the Maya. Then the Whisperer came along and wrote that Pakal was only king because his mother pulled some strings. It was quite a blow to Pakal's image.
So he put her in a stone prison?
Pakal swore that the Whisperer's words would never see the light of day. He put her body, her soul, and her writings all in a tomb and locked it up tight.
Wait, Henrik, a prison of stone? We're not talking about the monolith, are we?
That's the idea.
Does anyone else know about this?
Good question. I'm certain that there's a dirty rat trying to get into that tomb.
More than
This is
likely.
where my memory fizzles out. If I could only figure out why I took the Pakal.
Do you think there is anyone I can trust?
Please don't breathe a word of this. There's too much at stake.
Henrik, I need to know where you put the Pakal carving.
I don't know.
Have you ever been part of a smuggling racket?
I don't know.
Can you tell me what the password is to your disk?
You're asking the wrong amnesiac.
You rest up. I'll be back.
I'll do my best.
Oh, piss and balls. Oh, I got to the wrong I got to the right place anyway. So now we might be able to get in. Ding ding. Oh. Yeah, well. Just looking through all of his things. Snake. On the ham radio, okay. I think we've looked through everything we need to. We've been to Alejandro. Done that. Done that. Alright. Now we can go back to the museum. Oh, fucking hell. It's so easy to misclick on this. Thank you for the vacuum tube. Wonder if I can... So we've been in there. Wonder if I can do this yet.
Wow, these are heavy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can hold on to these stones for very much longer. I've got to put these things down.
I now gotta talk over the birds because I don't want to get another fucking kind of content ID
like this
thing.
Side is missing a part.
So you can shut up, birds.
The poem said when the first king
Now I
ascends
gotta
again.
go all the way around, and I'm gonna do it very quick. So I don't get fucking some things don't get muted because whoever owns the fucking things, those kind of animal noises is a dick. Alright.
The radio tube went out.
Oh no, the radio tube. Oh. We died. Alright. We need to connect to 27131. Connect. Now we have to do dash dot send. What's O? Dash send. A is dash dot dash. T is just dash. And L is dot dash dot send. We want leche. Oh god. L dot C is dash dot C H dot and E, which is just a dot.
Mensaje recibido. Entregaremos el paquete lo más pronto posible. Cambio y fuera.
I'm guessing that that's all correct, so we can switch that off. Alright, that's the thing done now. I think we need to go back to the hotel and call the other dude. I thought that was like hooded people over there. I was like, oh, am I gonna die again? But that's actually the first death that we've had in this game. I want 1605 123 3195.
Daddle residence.
Hi, may I speak to Henry Daddle, please?
Speaking.
Mr. Daddle, my name is Nancy Drew. This is a long shot, but I'm calling regarding a Maya artifact that was bought at auction in 1898.
Oh shit.
One Henry Albert.
God damn it, Fluff. I saw you go live. I was gonna come join.
Sure. Henry Albert Daddle Sr.
God damn it, Fluff. I was gonna come over and...
Ass.
I was gonna come over and say hi. God damn it. God damn it. I don't know what to talk about. Oh, was it a talking stream? Yeah, I had a visitor come in, which wasn't M. He kind of wanted to come in and have a chat, but I was like, I was busy at the moment. I will talk to you tomorrow. It's just someone from work that wanted to talk about something. I was like, yeah, we can talk about... Then I had to tell that we're going to do that tomorrow. Let's do another...
Hey, nice ass.
...thing for you. Oh, some siege.
Hey, nice ass.
I mean, what? Hey, Rockster. I mean, hi. How's you doing today? Don't don't I dare, don't I dare. Okay, don't I dare. No, do I not dare? I dare. I dare.
There was no there's no collision.
Oh.
There's no collision.
There's no collision. And you know, Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
What?
I go pee now, I'll be back. Alright, Floof.
You better clip this.
You better clip this, and they did.
Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Is that on the other...
Oh, that's funny. I've had that many times in games. Don't I dare. What do you take me for? Alright, let's bring up the thing.
Great-grandfather. You're talking about the jade carving, right?
Yes, exactly. Wow, I can't believe my luck.
Well,
May I
it's a lucky life if you
I may
ask me.
scold you.
What can
I
I
may
do
let
for you?
Meg do it for me. I may let. Oh, you wouldn't set me on fluff, would you? That's kind of evil.
I'm wondering if the artifact is still in the family.
Forgive me, Miss Drew. Who are you exactly?
I've already had that said about from my my sister about my niece. It's like if she ever gets, you know, too sassy, you can use lawyer voice. And I was like, what? You would at least tell her to go to bed. She's tired. Well, it's only 10 o'clock, so I can understand why she doesn't want to quite go to bed yet.
I'm the deputy curator at Beach Hill Museum in Washington, D.C. I'm doing some research on jade carvings of the ancient Maya.
I see. Well, I was the last to inherit the carving, but my daughter Penelope was so intrigued with it that I gave it to her. I'm sure she'd be happy to talk to you
To
about
be
it.
honest, I may go to
Why
bed
don't you
soon
give her a
too.
call on her line? It's 555-3197.
I nuked. Oh. Did Russia finally come to the Netherlands? But tish. That's how tired I am.
Will do.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and
Mr.
not be
Dowell.
up too late. This is the reason I'm kind of speeding my way through this section. So I want 0 555 3197.
Hello?
Hi,
Oh my
is this
God.
Penelope?
Not even.
Oh, is
Oh my
this
God, not even.
605-555-3197?
Yeah, but no one calls me Penelope anymore. Except my parents, that is.
Oh my God, I need
To
a
my friends,
latte.
the art world, and anyone else who made it out of the 20th century, I'm Poppy.
The art world? Wait, you're not Poppy Dada, are you?
Ta-da! Ping ping! You win! Who's this?
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm a detective.
A detective? No way! So do you get to wear a sassy tweed hat and pick hairs off dead bodies and gross, creepy stuff like that?
I don't run into too many dead
Flashback
bodies,
to
luckily,
that
but
I'm
there's
Poppy
plenty of
video.
other creepy
I'm
stuff.
Poppy?
So,
I
where'd you
don't know
get
that
mine?
video.
Don't tell me I'm like wanted by the FBI or something. That would be too scandalous.
Not quite. Taylor Sinclair told me about you. I saw one of your paintings in his office, here in Washington, D.C.
So, how do you know Big Bunny
Also,
Sinclair?
why does this game remind me of the audio training? Because it's shitty phone quality and shitty quality game audio, generally speaking. It's the best? You don't know. You had to drop me a link to it at some point.
Taylor and I are both affiliated with Beach Hill Museum, also in D.C.
Has Taylor been pushing those Oaxacan cookies on you? You haven't eaten one, have you?
No.
So far, I've managed to politely decline. I take it you advise against them?
Let's put it this way. His trip to Oaxaca was about 2 years ago, and he's been trying to move those rancid lard biscuits ever
Ugh.
since.
Lard biscuits. That sounds appetizing.
My suspicions are confirmed. I'll put that in my case notes.
That's hot. What's a case?
Oh my god, that's
Are there
hot.
dead bodies involved? Do you need to,
Got
like,
some
tap my
shells.
phone or impersonate me or something?
I'm Poppy. Really? Oh god.
Someone is stealing Maya antiquities, jade carvings to be exact, and leaving this scary red handprint at the scene of every crime.
Ghastly. So, what's with the red hand?
It's the peak of comedy.
Seems like some
I'm
kind of
sure.
threat, but to whom?
Who's telling me to
And
go to
what
bed?
is this
Apparently
thief
Rockster
really
is telling you to
after?
go to bed.
It's more than money, I'm sure.
And he's
of it.
wanted me to tell you.
So, where do the daddles come in?
I got a tip that your great-great-grandfather bought a jade carving much like the
I'm
one
an
that has been
adult.
stolen. I'm hoping to take a look at it.
You mean that ancient green rock with the weird symbol on it? I slapped some shoe polish on it and stuck it in one of my paintings.
Oh my god, I put in one of my
You're
paintings
kidding.
because I'm
That's
an
a
artist.
one-of-a-kind Maya artifact, a piece of history.
I know how to
It's
slap.
hundreds of years old. It's worth a lot of money.
You were tired
That's
of
the
it off.
whole point. Have you heard the saying that a work of art is never finished, just abandoned? Well, I'm taking that idea to the limit by making art that will keep changing as different people encounter, perceive, and
Listen
interact
to your
with it.
elders.
I'm tired of artwork that says, don't touch. I'm all about letting
Are
it
you
go,
older than
about
Fluff?
sending my work into the
Or was
world
Fluff
and seeing
older than
how
you?
it
I can't
continues
remember.
to become. Don't you see? It's an organic process. I mean, how can people really relate to art
Fluff is
if it doesn't
22.
come to life?
Okay,
and,
you're only a
and
year
grow
older. You're not that
inside,
much of an elder.
just like they do. That carving is part of something bigger now.
I can't imagine your dad would be very pleased about this. Does he know?
Oh, Nancy, don't be such a prude.
Don't be
Taylor's
such a
probably still got
prude.
the artwork. At least, I don't think he sold it yet. Why don't you ask him? Tell him you want to see the piece called Deadly Midnight Snack. It's the one with the rubber shark.
The one with the rubber shark. Yes, I've seen it, but I didn't notice any jade
I'm only like 4
carvings.
months
Well,
older.
take a closer look there, sweets. It's in there. If you really need the carving to crack this case, why don't you just go ahead and take it?
What? Poppy, you can't be serious.
Sure, why not? After all, this is a chance to enact exactly what I've been talking about. The
Well, when you
organic
get to my
process.
age, the kind of difference, then you can tell her to go to bed.
Work. The deal is, you can take the carving, but you have to put something in its place.
Something in its place? Like what? An old shoe? A subway token? A movie stub?
No, it should be something more
What's wrong with my hue?
Stay
Actually,
with
the hue
title,
in my
Deadly
camera is actually
Midnight
pretty bad
Snack.
at the moment.
And don't be afraid to go way out. As an artist, I can tell you that inspiration bites in the most mysterious ways.
Okay, Poppy, if you say so.
Right on. But let's keep Taylor out of this. He'd probably blow
Let
a
me
gasket
laugh
if he saw
weirdly.
you tampering with the merchandise.
Isn't that how they
That's
kind of
all art is to him,
laugh in
you know.
anime, really?
Merchandise.
Pretty
It's
sure I've
deal.
heard that
Good
before.
luck, Nancy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed soon. I'm tired.
Thanks, Poppy. Bye.
God, I thought I was old. You know, I'm meant to be the old one who's meant to get tired very easily.
Any news?
There was an incident at the museum. Henrik is in the hospital with a
I
head
may like
injury.
anime, but
Henrik. Another
I
squabble
don't know if
between him
it's
and Joanna,
laughed that
perhaps?
way. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
I'm
that's a
kidding, but
laugh
I do
thing.
remember the
And
time she threatened to push him in the pond. Temper, temper, I'm always telling her.
Mind if I help myself to one of those scrumptious-looking Oaxacan cookies?
Be my guest.
I don't really want the cookie.
Any news?
May I take a closer look at that wacky Dada painting?
Be my guest. I just had a call from Poppy this morning. She says she's in a really creative period right now. I said, please, sweetie, if you
I'll
get
tell you
any
in
more
DMs why I'm
creative,
tired
they're
as
going to
fuck.
lock
The
you
neighbors
up.
again? Oh, because of the neighbor.
Pardon me a moment, Nancy.
Was him and his boyfriend,
back.
you know,
I hope.
getting it on again?
Poppy said to replace it with something organic.
Alright. That's that gone. F for Bambanona. No, that's much worse. Much worse than much worse this time. Oh. So we gotta go back to the museum now. Apparently someone, like, smeared something on someone else's oh, did someone smear poop? Oh. Fuck off with the... Mmm. Ew, nasty. Oh god, okay. You doing 4 clicks? Click in order of this. Oh. It's because there's 6 eyes. So 1, 2, 4, 6. There we go. If it was poop, it would have been a lot more angry. Some kind of cake or something. It could have been sun cream, cream pie. Something or other. If it was cum, that would be really kind of... But yeah. Then my neighbor is like, well, someone knocked really loudly on my door at 2 or 3 a.m. But the thing is I never heard loud knocking. I sleep light. I mean, really, I'm a very heavy sleeper. Alright, let's get back to the other one. Now we can go back to Heinrich. Heinrich van der Huyn. He's still awake anyway. Oh, we still haven't... Oh, it's nighttime, so we can't talk to him. Cream pie. The glaze over there is pink. Sounds like... Ooh. It's kind of like how I like my donuts. I must admit, I do like a pink frosted sprinkled donut. Alarm. And now I can call the canyon people. Same. I like a good donut. I like my donuts with normal... I like a normal chocolate frost. I like chocolate donuts, but I also like chocolate sprinkles on them as well. So I want 1, 0... Oh, fuck. Got it wrong. 1, 5, 0, 5. 5, 5, 5. 12222.
You've reached the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center.
Oh.
The center is now closed. Regular hours are from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. 7 days a week.
My God.
Except on major national holidays, when we are closed.
I should get donuts again at some point. I have bought donuts recently, though. Excuse me? Mommy of little fluff, me. Waking up early on a Saturday or Sunday after visiting my grandmother and running to the bakery to buy myself. Oh, I must admit, I missed the Polish bakery back in London. I like donuts, but they make me fat. Well, I can't say much. I'm already fat. So, for me, it's, you might as well just, for me, it's just, I might as well eat them. When you can buy donuts.
Chaco Canyon Cultural Center.
Hi, I'm hoping
God,
to speak to someone about
buying
the
donuts
theft
for under
that
€1.
happened there recently.
Are you the press?
No, I'm a detective investigating a similar crime in Washington, D.C.
This is Sheila Schultz, the director. What would you like to know?
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from the Beach Hill Museum in Washington, D.C. I understand you had some rare Maya artifacts stolen recently.
I gain weight, I cry.
And the police here have no lead.
You ain't even who.
Beach Hill was robbed too. We lost one of our
Yeah.
prized jade carvings.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Didn't you say you was underweight at one point, Floof?
Do you mind if I ask
think I
you a
remember
few
you saying
questions
that.
about the incident at Chaco Canyon?
Fire away.
You usually get 50 cents from my grand. Oh, I had literally to pay 50 cents for two. Damn. I wish donuts were that cheap still now. That'd be amazing.
I heard the thief left a red handprint at the scene of the crime. Is that true?
Yes. It was very gruesome. It looked like blood, but according to the police analysis,
I'm
the
back
print
to
was made with a
149
mercuric sulfide
kilograms.
paste.
Not that's for too much. In terms of body mass index, I really don't know about.
Symbolic meaning attached to a red hand?
Don't walk, don't go there, talk to the hand, as my 15-year-old would say.
Talk to the
Really,
hand,
I
because the
haven't the
face,
slightest
it ain't
idea.
listening. How many kilos? Wait, what? Wait, I'm confused now.
What types of artifacts did the thief get away with?
Only the center's most prized pieces. The case contained 5 pre-Columbian artifacts that were excavated right from this area.
64 kilograms should be fine for you. Yeah, I would have thought so too. I thought I heard 160. 146, what? So I just found my chair. I'm way past 146. Way past.
Do you have a list of the stolen pieces?
I know those pieces like the back of my hand. There were 3 pottery
But you're
pieces,
yes,
a
but I
small
also got a
stone
big
figurine
gut.
with a snake head and an ornamental jade carving.
I'm interested in the jade carving. What did it look like?
It was highly unusual. There was a glyph on it that no one could translate. Until we hired Henrik Vanderheun, that is. His opinion was that it's Mayan in origin, and that it may have been a place name glyph for this area. As you can imagine,
No, too much
regarded
wobble.
it as something of a
My
regional
stepdad is
You know
currently
that Henrik
complaining
Vanderheun
about
works
his
for
beer
Beach Hill
belly.
now?
Yes, I know.
I
His
know
departure was a
his
great
pain
loss
on
for
that
us.
one.
Why didn't you mention the connection when I told you I was from Beach Hill?
I guess it didn't seem important.
If you literally perfectly, I'd say you can have fluff. Her figure is perfectly good, but wobble there. Fluff, I think the wobble's in your head. I don't think there's any wobble.
Was Henrik still working at Chaco Canyon when the theft occurred?
No. It happened
Wobbles
just a
under
few
my
days after he
clothes.
left. I remember because after the police left, the staff and I were
Can't
so
post
depressed,
such things on
we
the
went into
internet.
the lounge and pigged out on the rest
Well,
of
not on
Henrik's
Twitch
farewell cake.
anyway.
Was Henrik on good terms with Chaco Canyon when he left?
Well, it was
Being Mag
awfully
got
abrupt.
big wobbles, yes.
As soon as he heard about that monolith, boom, he was gone.
I
For
don't
some
have an
reason, he just
oof.
had to go
An
study it.
oof?
We weren't exactly happy about it, but
Oh,
felt like quitting
OnlyFans.
is against the
I
law.
was like, an oof? I was like, what?
Do you recall having some appraisal work done by an art dealer by the name of Taylor Sinclair?
How could I forget? He went on and on about the impossibly rare artifacts he could get for us. I said, are you an art dealer or a smuggler?
Do get an oof.
But he assured
Okay.
me that the provenance documents would all be in order. Still, I never did any further business with him. He just seemed slippery.
Could you send me a photo of that jade carving so I can take a look at the glyph?
I'm afraid I sent our only print off to the insurance company. They said they'd return it, but who knows when our claim will be processed. I'm sorry.
Thanks a million, Sheila.
Feel free to call if you have any more questions.
Well, at least that person was kind of friendly, which is actually not something we're used to in this game. Alright, alarm. Next day. Let's go for 9. Also, is 500,000 points and redeem a horror game too many points? Is that for one person or a collective thing? Is that like a collection of everybody's points, or is that just a soul thing? That's a thing. I'm guessing that's for one person. That might be a little high for one person. I can see it's a collective thing. Because they can only put... I think they can only put like 2,000 points in at a time. So even if you get a whole bunch of people, it's still going to take a long time to do it. Yeah, I got put on redemptions. It's just today was an unscheduled stream, so wasn't exactly on my mind. Oh, wrong. But wait, the fucking keys. Had to figure out the points and yeah. Like I say, I think 500,000 for a collected thing, I think is fine. Yeah. Whatever you say, old lady. Okay. Looks like we're getting all the pieces finally. I think I gotta go and see Heinrich now. Either a ton of points, donation go. Yeah, that would actually be a good one too. 100k solo. Be a long time already. Yeah. I think 100k for a solo thing would be fine. 500 for a collective thing.
Good afternoon, young lady.
Henrik, I received a note from your friends in Copan. I've got the Copan Fool key. I still need the Pakal, though. How's your memory?
The tomb. Nancy, I hid the Pakal carving in the replica of the Pakal tomb at the bottom of the temple exhibit. Huh. Now, how did I think of that? And another thing, you'll need to get past that computer quiz. Sonny set it up with an impossible question. No one knows what Pakal was afraid of, but Sonny was petrified of the Coatamundi.
So
It's
I'd
an
like
ornery
do
bandit
some
with a narrow
RuneScape.
snout and a long ringed tail,
I am not
much
doing
like a raccoon
RuneScape.
or a polecat.
Cause I fucking hate quests. He hates quests. Feels like I'm gonna need to start donation goal anyway. For Yuki's dental visit. Fucking bone removal is. Oh damn, that's not gonna be fun for her either. Ouch.
According to your notes, Pakal made a six-part
That was for myself.
cube to the
Oh,
Whisperer's
okay.
tomb and scattered the pieces around the world.
I don't expect you to
Do
play such a new
remember anything
game.
about this?
6 keys?
I did play it way back.
Keys? 6 keys! Nancy, what are the 4 corners of the world? North, south, east, and west.
I did
Plus
play
the
it
first
when it
king,
was
Pakal himself,
what?
and the
What was
Copan
it?
Fool. When they're all
2004?
assembled, they open the tomb.
I want to
Don't you
say.
see? This is why I stole
Maybe?
the Pakal, to prevent some other schemer from putting the key together.
Do you think I should alert the police?
You must keep this to yourself for now. It's your only hope of getting to the bottom of this.
One of the pieces that was stolen from the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center was a jade carving with an unusual glyph on it. Do you remember translating it?
I can't remember.
You rest up. I'll be back.
I'll do my best.
Alright, now we can go through the... Now we can go through the last bits of the temple exhibit. Where's my card key?
It needs a card.
I have a card key. Oh, have I not done this one yet? Oh. Maybe I've not done the quiz on this one yet. Oh, I haven't. Oh, I gotta go and do the maze thing again, ain't I? God damn it. S. John? S. June? And space, baby. Oh god, we gotta do this now. Prepare for a long fucking walk. I'll be right back. Got a new episode of anime that just dropped. Need to watch before I forget. Yeah, I do that a lot. Though most of the anime I usually wait for when M's fancying to watch. When's the next kind of anime thing I gotta watch? I can't remember what the next anime I need to watch. Demon Slayer 2, just waiting on it. I know the one of the latest seasons has now got its English translation. So that might be a bit of fun. I gotta watch that at some point. There we go. Oh, did I not put my ticket in? Oh, well, balls to you. Do another fucking walk. This is meant to be a maze, but they actually put a map in. It's kind of weird. Oh god. I'm hoping we'll be able to get through this soon. I need it to be done. Because once we're done with this one, we're probably going to be taking a slight break from Nancy Drew. It's not going to be a long break, it's just I want to get a game series called Ben Jordan done. It's been on my list to do for a long time. I'd love to get some more Leisure Suit Larry done too. But we might do some more Nancy Drew first before we do that one. So yeah, I'll give Jesse the list of the ones I own, and I'll say, which ones do you want me to play? Oh. Ooh, it's warm tonight as well. Oh, off. Oh my god. This is no Doom, I can tell you that. Because you keep getting hung up on walls. And also, the music has stopped. Of course. It's that way. What ones am I missing still? Eh, back on. Am I still... Have I not done the quiz one yet? Yeah, I've not done the quiz. Alright. Quiz time. Or cheat sheet time. Ball game, no. Oh, piss and fuck. It's called Beach Hill. Is there something funny about that? Well, the game is a bit of a beach. We'll say that. Ladies up. Bison. PHA. HU. EIL. Nobleman. Atanza. Okay. Now we can go down to the next floor. Let's do this one first. Okay, I gotta put my card in first. Keep forgetting to do that. I think it's like an octopus looking thing. Oh, might as well do this one. Which is, we want 12, which is 2 lines. There we go. There we go. Ding ding. Brute force. Put the card in. Like I say, I am using a walkthrough for these, but I have done these already, so I think I'm allowed to just... So... He's the Jaguar one. He's the wind one. Death. Travelers. Moon. Balak is war. Rain. Sun. And that one has to be corn. Because apparently there's a god of corn. Oh, wrong way. Quiz.
I have a feeling this may be one of Sonny's tricks.
Monday. And now I've got to go take my thing over here. Thank you. And now we get a glow stick. We're gonna go raving. Whoop, whoop. No, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. No, stop looking at the fucking guy crouching down having a shit.
It's locked.
I know it's locked because you didn't go through.
I need a light.
Oh, I gotta talk over all the birdie sounds because I'm gonna get fucking flagged on Twitch and it's fucking bullshit because from what I can research, the fucking sound effects thing didn't come out till like 8 years after this game. So that's the reason talking over it. Fucking bullshit. Guessing it won't be here till the next day. Okay. Oh, I guess I might have to... talk to Franklin first. Keep forgetting about that. 555-1441.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose. May I speak to Franklin Rose, please? Who may I say is calling? This is Nancy Drew. Just a minute, please.
Nancy, how's your investigation coming along?
I'm making good progress, and the Pakal carving is safe and sound. But I'm afraid I can't tell you everything yet.
What in the world are you talking about?
I'm sorry, but I can't explain everything now. I'll take good care of the carving, I promise.
What can I say, Nancy? I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Well, we know you don't like it, but you're gonna have to suck it up.
All right?
So you'll call Joanna and invite her back to work?
I'll call her right away.
Thanks, Mr. Rose.
That's what I'm here for.
Alright, let's make an alarm. For 9 o'clock. So Joanna should be back. Wait, what? What? Did I click the wrong time? I think I clicked the wrong time because I think that's 9 p.m. Not 9 a.m. Yeah. Beach Hill. It's Beach Hell.
Thanks for clearing my name, Nancy. Honestly, I mean, what kind of moron would I be to try and ruin my own exhibit? Anyway, we need to make up for lost time. I need you to go to the storeroom and start unpacking some of those crates. One of the pieces has a fancy security device on it. The code is 0677.
Sure thing, Joanna. I'll see you later.
Semper ubi sub ubi.
I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. Zero 677. Another jade piece. Oh. I'm still one piece missing. So we need to wait until we get the thing from Thingy Canyon?
You have no voicemail. Press
Let's see if I gotta talk to Mr. Rose.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose. How may I direct your call? I'd like to speak to Franklin Rose, please. I'm sorry, but Mr. Rose is out of the office.
Oh, he's gone.
Would you like to try back later? Sure, thank you. Have a great day.
Maybe I'll go and see, Alright, let's see what I've missed. Because the package has not arrived yet, because that's the last thing we need. Oh. There you go. That's the zip. That's the folder. Yeah, that would have been useful to know earlier on in the game. It's telling you about the dots and whatnot and the numbering. Yes, I get it. I get it. They use their gods' heads as... Alright. We'll talk to other people, I guess? 1, 5, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6, 8.
No peeking at my cards, George. Hello?
Hey, Beth, it's me, Nancy.
Hey, Nancy. How's life at the museum?
Everything was going great until someone broke into a display case and stole one of the museum's most valuable artifacts. A jade carving of King Pakal.
A theft? When? How? Who are your suspects? Do you have any clues?
Easy, ladies. Let's just say that so far, I have more questions than I do answers. But don't worry, I'm on the case.
There goes your low-key internship. Honestly, Nancy, it never will cease to amaze me how one girl can cross paths with so much trouble.
I don't know what to make of Alejandro Del Rio, the attaché to the Mexican consulate.
What's his connection to Beach Hill?
Right now, he's negotiating the monolith loan agreement between Mexico and the museum.
And what's your confusion? Something to do with dashing good looks, I hope.
Well, he is a little bit handsome, but he also seems very angry about all the Mexican antiquities his country has lost over the years.
How have they been lost?
They've been taken by explorers and archaeologists and smugglers. I guess the laws have only recently changed to protect Mexico's rights to its own antiquities.
Well, it sounds like he has a legitimate gripe.
Yes, but I got the feeling he would do just about anything to get an artifact returned to Mexico.
What do you mean, anything?
That's what
Oh,
I'm
come
not sure of.
on.
Well, let's hope he's just a big talker and not a bona fide vigilante.
Why would the thief keep leaving that awful red handprint at every crime scene?
Talk about a creepy trademark. Oh, I'm just glad I haven't seen it. With my sensitive psyche, that type of thing is like a 10-year warranty for nightmares. Does it have any meaning in Maya culture?
Not that I know of.
Well, somebody ought to know. You're surrounded by experts in Maya culture, for gosh sakes.
Yeah, I
But
know
maybe
we
it doesn't mean
are.
anything at all. Maybe the thief just thinks it's glamorous. Sure. I mean, who really wants anonymity after all? Thieves have to have style. Something to set them apart, right? It's not just any old villain that gets a book deal these days.
Detective Drew, requesting hint, please.
Call Sheila Schultz at Chaco Canyon and see if she has a photo or anything that would help you track down the North Key.
Haven't we already done that?
I'll talk to you later, ladies.
Watch out for stale cookies!
Or really bad, rotten cookies. Alright, I have to contact... They're telling me to contact her again? Oh, maybe she hasn't sent it yet. Maybe they had to look around, see if they had anything. 1 5 0 5 5 5 1 2 2.
Chaco Canyon Cultural Center.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew calling.
Hi, Nancy. It's Sheila. What can I do for you?
I've just got to get my hands on a replica of that jade carving you lost. Do you have any ideas?
Not off the top of my head, but maybe one of my staff will have a bright idea. I need some time to ask around. Can you call
Let me
back
just
later?
call him again.
Sure thing.
Feel free to call if you have any more questions.
Then we just look away from the phone. Then we call him again. 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. And hopefully...
Chaco Canyon Cultural Center.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew calling.
Hi, Nancy. It's Sheila. Well, we racked our brains. Finally, one of my staff came up with the original box that the carving was packed in. The piece was encased in a tight foam cast to prevent damage during shipping. I'm not sure how much good it'll do you, but I can send it to you if you like.
Sure.
That just might work.
Henrik left Beach Hill as his forwarding address, so I know what to do. I'll send it express.
Thanks a million, Sheila.
Oh my god, we might actually get... We might actually get all the thing. Holy crap, we might get this friggin' game done. After it annoyed me so much yesterday. Let's go and check. Hopefully there's a package for us. Fingers fucking crossed. Oh, there's a package. There's a package. There's a package. Oh, thank golden Jesus. Oh, thank God. That's gonna mean all the pieces. We can put it all together. And we'll be very close. Where's the molding injection thing? Oh, there it is. Okay, we finally have... Okay, I'm gonna save, and hopefully... it saves okay. We can only hope. I'm gonna save it down here. All pieces. Game is being saved, but for how fucking long is the thing? Alright, let's try and get the box put together.
According to Henrik's notes, I need to make a key out of these pieces.
Nope. 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 Ah, there we go. Nope. This one. Yeah. When in doubt, force it.
Now I have the key.
Huzzah! We have the key. Now we have all the key. Now what does it tell me to do? Do we just go to the monolith? Go to the garden. I'm gonna head out. I hope you have. Okay, start. No worries. I will make sure to drop into your stream later. I don't know whether that's where you're going to head out to do. But if you are, I'll make sure to drop in once this is done. And we are very fucking close to being done. Side of the temple? What's Lamat? Oh god. Don't know what it looks like. Oh, that's what it looks like. Okay. Alright, I might have to turn off all sound while we're doing that.
Dear Dad, greetings from the new deputy curator at Beecham Museum in Washington, D.C. I miss you, by the way. How's Africa?
Can I not completely turn it off? I'm guessing no. I'm just gonna have to turn it down, I'm guessing. Or I can actually do it through the sound mixer, actually. There we go. Just so I don't get side of the temple. Oh god. Up. Alright, Lamat is a kind of squid thing. With a cross in the middle. Oh, did I just go? Oh, I think I went too far. Not that cross. I think that's the one. I think that needs to be 6. Oh, there we go. Oh my god. No, not there. See. I think it said spin it something how many times. Rotate the cube 4 times. 2, 3, 4. Nothing happened. Click. Oh. Oh. Click. Okay. If you're wondering why... Oh, God. Click. And where was that last one? Maybe it's this one? Okay, let's turn the volume back on. Oh my god, why can I not turn off the fucking birds and shit?
Dear Dad, greetings from the new deputy curator at Beecher Museum in Washington, D.C. I miss you, by the way. How's Africa? I sure hope this letter reaches you in Ouagadougou before you move on to Nairobi. So I got...
Let's hopefully...
I've already solved this part.
Hopefully, let's put the thing round and I got to go and say things as I don't want to get fucking Twitch on my ass. Cause I don't fancy that. I don't fancy that. I don't fancy that anyway. I don't fancy YouTube being all kind of shitty. Let's make sure we can go through it and there's someone who's dead.
Blank.
Who's your friend, Nancy?
Oh.
Boo.
Taylor Sinclair.
And of course, he's the bad guy.
Tooth Fairy? Looks like someone forgot her beauty cream. I guess we can't all age gracefully.
I'm sure she would say the same about you.
You've been a top-notch assistant, Nancy, but I'm afraid you're just not going to make it in the art world.
Why are you doing this?
Nancy, do you have any idea what that book contains?
This tomb and all of its contents belong to Mexico.
Finders keepers, I say. Nobody even realizes this thing has any contents. Won't they get a surprise when they finally open it up and find that it contains a 7th century scribe and a 21st century detective? Adios, Nancy.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I kind of gathered that was going to happen. We could die here. I guess would be a good play kind of thing. So I need to get out my glow stick and turn left twice. Okay, continue.
I'm suffocating in here. Let me out.
Thank you. That went by a little bit fucking quick. Excuse me? Take the metal piece and turn right one time and insert the metal piece into the hole at the top.
I'm starting to run out of air in here. It's too dark in here. I need a light.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, did she just die?
I got...
No, she didn't just yet. Now turn right twice and look down.
Gotta get out of here. This may be the scribe's notes about Pakal. I'm suffocating in here.
I know you're suffocating. Turn. Use the piece in the door.
Here, let me out.
Oh, God.
Behold, our heroine emerges from the tomb, like a mermaid from the sea.
Meanwhile, the foolish villain stews in the sour soup of his own miscalculation.
Oh.
From deep in the recesses of time, a wise royal scribe whispers her thanks.
And a priceless chapter of history is rescued from obscurity. Way to go, Nancy!
Oh. Did he get the blank one?
What in the world?
Oh.
Confound you, Nancy Drew!
Confound
Dad,
you.
It was great to talk to you on the phone last night. I can't wait
Ah.
to see you back in River Heights where I can fill
Oh,
you in on
God.
the whole
That's
story.
actually
Can
Nancy
you
Drew
believe that your own
finished.
daughter was
Well, this
recently
one
standing
anyway.
face to face with a real mummy? Now that the scribe's book has been recovered, I understand how important it is and why Taylor thought he could make a fortune selling it on the black market. The book contains one of the only personal accounts of Maya life in existence anywhere. I'm sure it'll be a tremendous addition to our knowledge of the Maya once it's translated, that is. And now that Henrik's memory is back up to speed again, I'm sure he'll be itching to get to work on it. Taylor Sinclair won't be making any art deals for a long time, though, that's for sure. I guess I shouldn't be surprised about Alejandro's discovery that the Pakal carving's provenance documents were faked after all. When
Dun,
Franklin
dun,
Rose and the board found
dun.
out, they arranged to return the artifact to Mexico right away. Mexican officials are so happy to have the artifact back, they have pledged a new era of diplomatic relations with Beach Hill. Joanna sure learned her lesson about making deals with shady operators like Taylor. The board has agreed to give her another chance, as long as she reforms her business tactics. And what else? Oh yes, Poppy Dada's announced a new direction in her artwork.
Oh, God.
All her new paintings are going to feature, what else? Mysterious red handprints. So I guess everyone is taking off in new directions now. I'm going to stay and help this
I don't get
exhibit
modern
launch,
art.
but I'll see you back at home in a couple of weeks. Have a safe trip home. Love, Nancy.
Is that it?
Dear Nancy, Bess and George told me you're on a case in D.C. I hope everything is working out for you. I wish I could
I'm
say
guessing
the
this
same
is
for me.
a,
I'm planning on living here, but there's been some trouble. I think someone or something doesn't want me here. Please, Nancy, I'm afraid I can't stay here very much longer. I know you're busy, but I'm desperate. I
Is
need
this-
you to come out and investigate. Please say you will.
Is this
Your
the Dogs of
friend,
Moon
Sam.
Lake? What's the Dogs of Moon Lake? Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake after this one? But oh god, that's Nancy Drew and Scarlet Hand done. I know I used the walkthrough a little bit just to zoom my way through the part that the game decided, oh, that save doesn't matter. So, do feel a little bit cheaty on that one, but it was only basically because the game fucked over my save, and I think I'm kind of justified on that one. But yes, hopefully my talking over the whole bird sound thing will help me from getting another fucking muting. Because some company thinks, oh, that sounds like what we made. Even though it was several years after this game was made. Several years. So, yeah. But, oh, God. Yesterday, I was in such a bad mood that the game... literally, any walkthrough I looked at to try and figure out where the thing that I needed to do was nowhere to be seen. I didn't see it hinting at where I needed to go. And it wasn't until I went on the Her Interactive website or forum that someone had the same problem I had, and I finally found the solution. That I missed something like the plaque, which caused apparently me not being able to get any further. That's a wee bit on the crappy side, if you ask me. That's probably my only biggest gripe of this game. Compared to the other one, this is 2002. This was 9 years before these people put out that music thing about the birds tweeting. Whether they bought the rights to that, I have no idea, but... But yes.